What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to Believe Fitness. My name is Brandon, and in 2 days, which is June 1st, I'm continuing my weight loss journey for 100 days. Now, the word continue, you might say, what do you mean continue? Did you stop? Did you quit? What happened? Well, the answer is, I did stop, but I didn't quit. I needed time to recover, and I'm going to explain why. December of 2025, around Christmas time, I knew that I needed to change my life, and that was to actually become the healthiest and best version of myself in 2026. Now, with that being said, I was about 299 pounds, and I was giving myself the excuse of lifting heavy weights and eating like a powerlifter, in a sense, without doing any competitions or competing. I just was technically using it as an excuse, even though I was heavy and strong and all that fun stuff. I'm going to be 35, and I just realized that I have 3 kids, a wife, and I have priorities that aren't going to need to do that any longer, and I want to have a more balanced and well-rounded presence of what fitness is. And what I was doing wasn't really fitness. It was a fat person lifting weights and using that as an excuse. So I made a devotion and a promise to myself that before the end of 2026, I'd be at least 230 pounds. So after I made that decision, I knew that January I was going to start my weight loss journey. And I'll tell you, at the beginning, it was going great. I had a nutritionist and it kind of went into like lifting coach. And in the first 2.5 months, I went from 299 pounds to 265 pounds, but it came with a lot of negativity. I basically surrendered myself to a concept and just let it happen. And even after I decided to speak up, it was almost too late. The damage was done. The nutritionist I had was very extreme. By extreme, I meant I went from my eating habits of 35 to 4,000 calories a day, or even more, to 2,200 calories a day with 20 hours of fasting. And the food choices were basically just heavy amounts of meat that were 240 to 280 grams for 2 meals, which was between 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I had like a 5-hour window to really stop the eating. Of course, when it started to happen, weight was just falling off like it was nothing. I felt great. But at the same time as I was feeling good, soon after I started to feel like crap. But even though I would mention this stuff to the person I was working with, he said it would pass. But it never did pass. I truly believe that our bodies are all meant to eat and do different things, and that just wasn't my thing. Yes, this person was doing it forever and it worked for him, but it didn't work for me. I'm not saying that as a cop-out, as an excuse. Realistically, what happened to me was I had a distended gut all the time. I felt uncomfortable. I felt bloated. I was super gassy. I had acid reflux. I couldn't sleep, and honestly, I just felt like crap all day long. My whole goal was to maybe lose 2, maybe 3 pounds a week and call it as is, but that's not exactly what happened, and it kind of went backwards. And as the training component goes with the nutritional component, 2,200 calories, and the training actually never got less, it got more for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not the one who decided that, but I was lifting more, doing more activities, and I did get hurt to the point that my lower back was so seized up, so pinched, whatever the heck went on with it, that it took me to about this point, 2 weeks from this point, to be able to start training again. So even though I did a diet and I got to 265 in 2.5 months, I took 3 months to fully recover my body, my sleep, my mental state, my confidence in myself to know that I know what I'm doing, and of course, just everything else that was going on, my gut, my back, everything. So I took a lot of time stretching, recovering, and just finding myself again to be able to say, you know what, I want to go on YouTube and actually do this. So how much weight did I gain? That's the question. Well, as of right now, I'm 278 pounds. So is that really a success? I would say no. I would say that I couldn't even maintain the weight. I mean, I could have if I was eating less calories, but something happened to my metabolism going from 4+ calories to 22 to something in the middle, and I eventually obviously gained weight. Am I upset about it? Not really. I feel really good about where I'm at, but I know that there's a lot of things that I want to change going forward. So the first thing is the foundation. The foundation is going to be easy. I'm going to fast, but I'm not fasting that much. I'm going to be fasting maybe 12 to 16 hours a day. I'll be getting 180 to 220 grams of protein in, and I'll be getting 10,000 steps in no matter what. Cardio, on top of that, is a bonus. I want to consume 2,500 calories a day, and on top of that, I want to make sure that I'm still able to keep my other regimens in, which is like my sauna treatments, my stretching, and just be happy all around. I don't want this diet to be mainly focused on my life and hate everything that I'm doing. I think there's a proper balance that can be in place where you can enjoy your life and lose weight. It doesn't need to be this extremist thing. Listen, I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a powerlifter. I'm not an athlete. I'm just a normal dad, normal guy that wants to lose weight and be the best and look the best he's ever felt. So if you're watching this and you want to join the journey, subscribe to the channel. June 1st it starts, and everything will be laid out in the next video. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you June 1st.